to me, boys. I need your assistance. That concludes the South. We're about to move on to the West. Shout out to the dads on the TV. Shout out to the Mills letting them. You know the deal. Shout out to Sean, who's going to have his work cut out for him. I promise you, we appreciate it. Side note, I told these boys I put in a 12-game moneyline parlay, $10 to win 27 grand. If that hits, we're starting to pay Sean. Just letting you guys know. He said it was fair.
We will not pay Jared though for birthing him a degenerate.
No, he pays us.
He should be paying us.
He definitely should be paying us. Speaking of talent prevailing, Illinois #1 seed going against Drexel. Morgan was high on Drexel, but this is Illinois by 35, 40 points. Kofi Coburn, a.k.a. Cockburn, which is his real name.
It's Cockburn. 100% it's
definitely Cockburn.
They're just trying to keep it PC.
That's what I'm saying. And DeSumo, Coburn, Cockburn, and DeSumo could beat them 3-on-5 because Cockburn and Coburn are two different people now. This is a no-brainer. I'm not even going to send it to these two. They don't deserve to just agree with me because it's too easy.
Wow.
It's too easy. You know what, Morgan? Please tell me you're taking Drexel.
No, I am not.
Okay, then shut the fuck up.
I have a fun little tidbit I want to throw out there.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Jeez, this guy here. Fun thing that I'm going to say now, since you try to silence me again. Illinois doesn't fall into this category, but it's interesting in the same regard because there's only one team that falls into this category, which is our #1 seed. Of the last 25 teams, the last 15 teams to win the title, all of them have entered March Madness with at least 25 wins prior to the first game of March Madness. There's only one team that has that this year, which is Gonzaga. So Illinois, as one of your top #1 seeds, something to think about. Now, granted, this was a different season than obviously most seasons. A lot of teams didn't play the same game, but stats don't lie.
If I am correct, which I'm almost certain, I just want to be right. Illinois has had 7 losses, right?
Illinois has 6
They have the most losses out of 6. They have the most out of all ones.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, I do not think Illinois is the most susceptible to going down.
Me either. Not at all. It's definitely Michigan.
It's Michigan. 100% Michigan is the most susceptible
Michigan's
to go down.
out in the round of 32, boys.
I could see it happen. I could see Illinois potentially going out in the 32. It's a long, much more of a long shot. But I could see it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. This is good. This is a good game though. Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers, the Rambling Man himself going against the Yellow Jackets.
Rambling Man.
Going against Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets. Fun fact, boys and girls, I am deathly afraid of bees. I no joke.
It is a fun fact.
I will scream like a little girl if a bee gets very close to me. There's very few things I'm afraid of, and bees are definitely one of them.
Funny, I didn't know that.
When there's something funny, Greg, I didn't know that, and I'm not afraid of bees. So I'm going to bring a jar of bees to the bachelor party.
I'll knock you out, baby.
I'm not afraid of bees either. So
I know.
That works perfectly.
We have some haircuts I want to talk about in this one for the coaches. Loyola Chicago's coach, he's a mid-40s man, but he's trying to rock that Jersey Shore little, you just put the gel and you put your hair straight up. I don't like it. And everybody knows the Andy Reid visor over the 80s perm with the Georgia Tech coach.
Great look.
I love it. Greggy, kick me off. Who do you got in this game? Tell me why.
Yes, sir. I have Loyola Chicago in this game.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I don't hate it. This is a tough game.
It is a very tough game. My heart wants me to take Georgia Tech. I've said it in previous episodes. I'm a big fan of that team. They show a ton of heart. Jose Alvarado, arguably one of my favorite players in college basketball.
He's got heart, man.
Big heart, and he's a baller at that. But I think Loyola Chicago's defense is too strong, although I think Georgia Tech gives them a fight, a real good fight. I think they come out on top. I really do. Side note, apart from just the game in general, the over's only 124.5. I think that's really low.
Yeah, it's gonna hit over.
Yeah.
It's done like their defense. Both defense teams are very good defensively,
hmm
but they do know how to score.
Exactly.
They know how to
That's
get the
why
line.
I think it's real low. So I would get
Okay.
that ASAP.
Morgan, speak to me.
This one's a tough one. I love Loyola Chicago. However, I'm leaning Georgia Tech for this in this game. Um, Plain and simple, Georgia Tech is the hot team right now. Played a good tournament.
Very good tournament.
Played a very good tournament. It's pretty much what it comes down to me. I love the team that's coming in playing better basketball, who is a hotter team at the moment.
I am going the same. I am taking Jose Alvarado because he's an absolute dog, and I will never bet against him again. I will do it until I lose all my money. It doesn't matter. I love that man. He cried on national television after beating Florida State, stripping the ball over and over again, leading his team to victory, leading that 80s perm. I love it. I'm taking Georgia Tech, and I'm very excited to see what Illinois versus Georgia Tech looks like.
Yeah.
Well, Morgan's very upset that because I know he's big and a loyal Chicago fan. It does pain him for that pick. It
It's tough,
pains
but
him.
I said I said a couple episodes ago. I said Georgia Tech for the ACC title. And they were getting hot. They played, like I said, they played a great tournament. I I'm okay with it. It's about the big picture now.
I think I mentioned it when we were talking about that I liked Georgia Tech for the
Are you
tournament and
trying?
gave their odds, and that was the
Are
pick.
you trying to steal my pick?
No,
He,
I mean,
he bet it.
did you bet it? Oh, good for you. I did, but I announced it as one of my picks that I liked.
I announced it with everyone the same day that I put $1 bet on Duke to win the ACC.
Yeah, that
Mm.
was brutal. That was a terrible bet.
Uh,
It only cost $1.
Yeah, you
by the
should
way,
have sent that
I
dollar
am
to me.
open to changing my pick. I am. There's time.
Yeah, me as well. That's a tough game to.
It's
It's
gonna be a
hard.
good game.
Like, let's be real, boys. I did once the brackets came out. I just started doing notes. Started doing all the stuff I could do. Figure it all out. Greg was still at work. Morgan was driving home. We're only a couple hours into this.
Mhm.
By tip off, we're gonna have it all ready to go.
Yep.
You know, I'm thinking. I want to be quick side note. I think we should put out our own brackets once. Like, we're all in the same bracket. I don't want to just do it beforehand. Like, the day like they're locked in, you can't change them. We should post them on Twitter. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I like
Um,
it.
next game. This game I had a quick little tussle in my mind with, but I came to my senses. Number 5 Tennessee Volunteers against number 12 Oregon State Beavers. The Beavers coming off a Pac-12 championship win, an unexpected one. They were preseason ranked last in the Pac-12. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Boys, do you see an upset? Tell me why if you do.
No, no, not a chance. Tennessee is significantly better in every statistical category than Oregon State. Oregon State doesn't deserve to even be here. Yeah, they won their conference. Great, whoop-de-doo. They shouldn't be here. They don't belong.
Greg.
I have the upset.
Oh boy.
I do. I do. I'm open for change, but at this current moment, I have Oregon State. Um, I like this team who is, they're riding high right now. They're on cloud nine. They have nothing to lose. I think they go in against Tennessee, who very questionable team. First month of the season, they're they're up there with Virginia as the top defensive team in the country. And then they start to slip, you know, and it's been that way the past couple months. You know, they lost to Kentucky when they definitely should not have. They've had a couple bad losses on their resume. They almost lost to Vanderbilt without Scottie Pippen Jr. and their other second leading scorer. So
Mm-hmm.
they're very prone to letdowns.
They play down to competition.
Yeah, they do, and I think Oregon State jumps on that opportunity.
Listen,
I don't hate what you're saying. However, there's one big thing, two big things that really pushed this for me, and it's a couple of players who look
Right.
like they're going to be top 10 picks in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And skill and talent wins the day. Plain and simple.
the
Springer and
Volunteers are,
Johnson.
yeah, the Volunteers are just too big, too strong, too fast. They're just more athletic, and
We're going to be singing Rocky Top, baby.
yeah, I tossed and turned with it for about an hour. I had it originally, and I changed it in my bracket, and I'm not looking back. I don't have Tennessee going very far, so it won't bust my bracket if it does. Um, so I'm taking Tennessee. I'm not looking back. If Oregon State wins, good for them. They're gonna get blown out by the next team. That we're gonna talk about, and that's OK State number 4, the Cowboys, going against the Liberty Flames. I did not know that Liberty's team name was the Flames. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, new news for me. Um, I will say, OK State's coach wears a very below average suit for his job. The coach for Liberty Flames is fashionable. He wears glasses for fashion, not for reading. You can tell because it doesn't even look at his lenses in them. Um, to me, boys, I want to talk about this. This game, OK State should be on the 3 spot, like the top 3 spot in the Gonzaga division. They should be the number 1 3 team without a doubt. They just rolled through their conference tournament. They beat Gonzaga. They beat West Virginia. West Virginia's a 3 seed. They just beat them. Makes no sense. They beat them twice in 2 weeks, I think. Um, this is the Kane Cunningham rival party, I think. This tournament. He missed a few games. People started to forget about him. Liberty's a good team. They shoot very well, but they play too slow. Kate Cunningham and company, they're just going to run them up and down the court. Morgan, you have that stupid grin on your face like you're thinking about taking Liberty.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm 100% on OK State. I was actually just looking up something interesting. And it is,
We lost
what are
Greg.
yeah. What does it look like for NBA first overall picks in the tournament? What does that look like for them? It's just something I'm interested in, and it's very much mixed results. We don't have this. You have Anthony Davis's, the guys who win a title. Karl Anthony Towns took Kentucky to the Final Four. Kyrie got Duke to the Sweet 16. But you also have a lot of number 1 overall picks who don't get you very far. Zion didn't take Duke too far. Ben
Zion
Simmons
didn't play.
didn't play. However, let me go.
He
Let me
didn't
keep going.
play. Hey, you don't put that on Zion.
Let
He
me
didn't
continue.
play.
It still counts. Ben Simmons didn't get his team into the tournament.
That team was bad.
It was bad. Markelle Fultz played great in college. Washington went nowhere. Anthony
Team was
Bennett
very,
at
very
LV
bad.
was not good. Made 1 round. It's a very much a mixed bag. Granted, talent level is very different. I think Cade Cunningham is a very good player, and he's going to be a very good pro. 100% on OK State, though. I think we said at the very beginning, I think OK State has a shot to win the whole thing.
Yeah. Like I said before, real quick, Greg is going to be on OK State. I don't know where his reasons why, but I'm assuming he's got to do with how good Kate Cunningham is. And, he's not the only person on that team. When he was down, there was players that came up, stepped up big. For what I had to say before, I told you I don't have Tennessee going very far. I have Oklahoma State beating them. I have Oklahoma State beating Illinois. Listen, they're a hot team. I'm riding the hot hand. There's nothing more to it. I'm gonna say 90% of the time, if it's especially like a game like Tennessee, OK State, like this isn't that matchup we're talking about, but I'm taking the best player on the court if I'm tossing and turning. This isn't that case. It's just a shame that Liberty doesn't get to play a team more reasonable for them. They're a very good team. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the over in this game. I don't have the number, but I promise you it's not high enough because Liberty scores like crazy. Let's move on. Mountain West favorite. Another bet I've already made. San Diego State Aztecs going against the Syracuse Orange. Well, first off, I've been saying this since I was a kid. What kind of bullshit name is the Orange? This how like they play in the dome. They could be the Syracuse Jets. They could be all this. There's an airport right by. No, they choose the Orange. You know, San Diego State coach often wears a tracksuit versus a dinosaur who needs his family on his team to be relevant nowadays. Um, listen,
Little
buddy,
buddy ball action.
Buddy Ball, I love Buddy. He's a great player. He is, but he would have a better opportunity to go win a title somewhere else. Is what I'm trying to tell people. He's a good player, great shooter. Could be used on San Diego State. He plays good defense as well. For somebody who never played a game of man to man defense in his life, he played pretty good defense. The zone's not going to work against the Aztecs. They shoot too well. They pass too well. Um, they dribble drive too well. They're a very, very, very solid team, given that they do try to throw the ball off the backboard for an extra rebound when they're supposed to cover and then blow half my bankroll. That's a story for another time, Morgan. Um, I'm on San Diego State. There's no doubt about it. I love this. I already bet it. I bet the 2.5, bet the money line. Morgan, speak to me.
I'm on San Diego State as well. I don't think I'm nearly as confident as you are, though.
You should
I
be.
could see this. Can see this game going either way pretty quickly. I think the one thing that pulls me and leans me much more into San Diego State, however, is their defensive prowess. They're a significantly better defensive team than Syracuse is. Syracuse gives up 70.7 points per game. San Diego State gives up 61.3. Their opponent field goal percentage is about 4 percentage points different. Rebounds lean San Diego State. Now, Syracuse does have some nice things going. They get double the blocks that San Diego State has. They have almost two more steals. They have 5 less fouls per game. So there are some things going. So I could definitely see this go Syracuse's way, but I like San Diego State.
Well, they commit 5 less fouls a game because they don't play any defense.
That's what the zone will do for you.
Listen, I am a big opposition to the 2-3 zone. If you're
Oh,
gonna
I am too. I hate it.
listen,
Absolutely hate it.
I played basketball most of my life. If you're gonna run a zone, you run a 1-3 run or a box one. That's what you do. You don't want a 2-3. It don't work. The rotate, swinging the ball and skip passing is way too easy nowadays for it to actually work well. And they don't have an anchor down low like they used to. There's no shot. This game's gonna be a 10, 12 point game. It's very easy. This game. Oh, by the way, Greg's got San Diego State. Most likely for the same reasons, because he's a big Mountain West guy now, thanks to me. Next game on the board, one of my favorite teams. I've been telling you for a while. The West Virginia Mountaineers going against the worst team in college basketball history, Morehead State. Greg's Morehead State. Greg will be fading Morehead State in this one.
State. Oh,
Um,
are we sure about that? It sounds like a Greg guarantee.
oh man, we're gonna slander Greg's name when he's not here now. It's so sad.
That's what I'm doing.
Listen, this one's pretty easy. I don't think we really need to touch too much into this. Um,
This is a Mountaineer game.
yeah, it's clear. It's clear and simple. And the next game, let's just get to the next game already. Number 7. I just the
This
one
is
game.
the last probably real interesting game in this
No,
this region.
this game's gonna stink. It's gonna be so bad. Number 7 Clemson against number 10 Rutgers. The Tigers versus the Knights. Orange versus red. The good old rainbow classic. Um, I hate Rutgers. I hate everything about them. They stink. They're good. They stink. They're good. They stink, stink, stink. Then they're good. You never know what you're gonna get. Clemson plays good defense. Um, I don't like either one of these teams. I think they both stink. It's that simple. I don't have stats to back it up. Maybe you do. I know Greg probably
Yeah,
does because he took Rutgers.
there's
Right? Let me double check that. Hold on. No, he took Clemson. I'm sorry.
yeah. So a wise man once said, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get," and that's what Rutgers is. I don't know what I'm going to get out of them, but I like chocolates, and they're very sweet. So I'm going to roll with Rutgers. I think Rutgers can win this game. And I think I could be completely wrong. Rutgers could lose by 50, very possibly. But I'm just going to roll with them, take the risk on them. They're scoring more points per game than Clemson is. They score 70 points per game. Clemson's at 65.3. Their assists are pretty similar. They get more. They out rebound Clemson in this one. Their turnover, they turn the ball over a pretty decent amount less. It's an interesting one. Another team where steals. Rutgers gets 2 more steals per game than Clemson does. I'm going to take a chance with Rutgers. It's not going to be, like you said earlier, it's not going to be a game that busts my bracket anyway because the winner, whoever wins this game, I don't have getting past Houston.
Yeah.
So I'll take a risk here and see if it pays off for me.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, on a good night, Ron Harper Jr. is one of the top 25 players in the country. On a bad night, he might as well be playing for Chicago State. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad.
They're my favorite players.
Listen, I enjoy watching him play.
I love a good emotional roller coaster. That's why I've been in my last relationships.
Last game. Can't believe we made it. How deep are we now? You're 2 hours and 10 minutes into it. This is not as long as the NBA one. I knew it wouldn't be.
It's not.
Because we started later, we tried to rush through it a little bit. We'll have more information as the information comes out. Number 2,
they put the
Houston.
kibosh on me speaking all the time.
I had to.
I've been silenced.
Be here for
I've been
9
muzzled.
hours. Be here for 9 hours.
All right.
Take it on this one. Take it away.
I don't know. I mean, it's Houston. You got me. You got me. You played me on this one. It's Houston. Houston's going to win this game. There's literally nothing else you need to know. This is a guarantee. Houston all the way. In every sense of it, Houston is better.
It saddens my heart because Cleveland State is the team I bet on all year, and I saw this and I said, "Oh, my poor Vikings! Those poor little boys down there, down in the cold streets of Cleveland, freezing, wishing they could play Rutgers."
There's nothing good about Cleveland. Why would I pick Cleveland State? There's literally nothing good about Cleveland.
No.
Nobody sits there and says, "Oh, hey, hon, let's go on vacation this year to Cleveland." Houston might get some votes. Houston's the 4th largest city in the nation. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Either.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought was it L.A., New York, Chicago?
Houston is number 4.
I would have went Miami.
I would have thought Philly would have a chance.
It's kind of small.
I mean, you could even say Dallas.
Yeah,
Seattle.
Seattle. Anyway, we're going Houston. Greg didn't give me a pick for this game, so I'm just assuming he's going Cleveland State.
Greg did just send us one. He said Houston.
I thought he was going to go Cleveland State.
Yeah, let's just give him Cleveland State, though.
Listen, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
I'm excited for the next round.
Yeah,
we're going to be doing this for each round, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this for every round, see how it goes, just keep it moving. We'll adjust our picks according, our brackets will be filled out. I had brackets already filled out. I want to give myself a quick shout out. We did this in the beginning of the year, but it's official. The regular season college basketball handicap championship goes to me. You guys both ended on probably the worst streak that Ben's has ever seen.
I started playing massive cards and I went on a 5 for 40 stretch, pretty much.
Yep. Morgan went from 10 games above 500 to 20 games under 500 and has now worked his way back to being only a couple games under. Greg went from competing with me.
Had a couple good days there to finish out, luckily.
Yeah, no, listen, man, it's highs and lows. I stay steady.
I had to take some risks if I wanted to take the top spot.
Yeah, Greg was trying to catch me. Shout out to Greg. He was trying to catch me. I know he died slowly, just like he died slowly on making picks. He kind of, he was hitting a couple moneyline parlays and feeling good about himself, feeling risque, if you will. And next thing you know, he's under 500 too. I'm going to be over 500 all 3 sports, and that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. But, there's still a lot of basketball. Me and Greg have that wager. Most picks correct wins the money. Morgan, it's been fun. It's very late. We both have work. Send us home. Follow me
Let's get out of here. You can find Greg at Gersh Greg and his 8 other followers. Would love to have you join them. Maybe they'll have a nice little house party, Zoom party one of these nights. It's not going to fill a Zoom room, that's for sure. You can find Billy at Billy FFB. You can find myself at MoWatch26. We are betting the diagonal. Thank you for being here with us this evening, and we will see you Tuesday night for some more picks.
Yes, sir. Best of luck, and I hope we helped you with your brackets. And sorry, Sean, you couldn't be here. Good night.